Welcome to a new episode of Coach's Corner, this time boys basketball edition. I'm Jake Lancer with Danny Lynch for HWTV, and today we're joined once again by head coach David Rebibo. The Wolverines are an impressive 16-1 as they open up Mission League play Friday night, January 6th at home against Alemany. Coach, how was the team's winter break?
We've gotten away from winter break because it's not much of a break.
Yep.
But it was a good time. We traveled to Arkansas, played 2 quality games out there, faced some adversity, which was great to see. Came back, had a week of practice, which was really nice, and had some much needed time off as well. And then came back to the Damien tournament and played 4 really good games. We ended up falling short of the Damien Classic Championship game, but it was a great experience and a great test for our team and program.
You talk about that last game of the Damien Classic, so just got to get past it first, and then we'll talk about other things later. But, I guess first on the agenda for today, they suffered their first loss of the season, and it wasn't the championship game against a good team. What did the team take away from that loss?
The makeup of our team is hard-nosed, tough, disciplined, defensive basketball. And I think we lacked some of that hard-nosed toughness and some of that discipline at times throughout that game. And a team that good with such dynamic guards and great shooting took advantage every single time. Right on cue, whether it be the beginning of the quarter, not sealing, posting up, trying to get position for an entry or whatever the case may be. Our level of execution on both ends of the court just wasn't as sharp and disciplined as it's normally been. So I think it was a good refresher for our guys. It's been a while since they've lost a game, and it's a good reminder that we have to do things the right way, competitively speaking, in the spirit of who we are in our game plan. And I think our guys are really locked in and excited for phase 2 of the season.
Yeah, from this loss, what do you think, how do they regroup and just lock in, since this month is full of games all in January?
Obviously losing, nobody wants to lose. And I don't think our culture isn't a culture where we just dawn on our losses and just constantly just replay them in our head. We use them, we learn from them, we move on. I think the hardest thing is you play Friday, you lose, you're off Saturday, Sunday, and you're just kind of basking in it one way or another. And then Monday you practice, you watch film, and okay, now we move on. And we take those lessons learned and we grow. And I think that's what our guys have done and done a great job of. Practice this week has been great.
Going off of Danny's question, now that we are in the month of January, Mission League play starts this week, and things are going to get to start pretty jam-packed. How are you guys sort of planning to combat that by trying to fit in practices along with a heavy slate of games?
It's all about balance. For us, the ability to have 4 days heading into league to kind of fine-tune some things while preparing for 2 good teams. Alemany, obviously, a solid ball club. Shoot the ball really well, got some good guards, and then Bishop Montgomery, a top 5 team in SoCal right now. It's good tests and good reminders that while we need to continue to improve, we have to balance, just utilizing our time smart in a smart manner so that we're feeling as fresh as possible. The reality is, at this point in the season, nobody's 100%, and nobody will be 100%. As far as just how you feel physiologically and even mentally. But we have to find ways to refresh our guys, and we'll do that, with shorter practices and things like that as we kind of progress through the season. That's kind of how we approach that.
Speaking on league, can you just talk about what it looks like, since I believe the league is set up a little differently this year?
So the league is set up the way it had been 2 years prior, or 3 years prior, I guess, where everybody plays each other one time, and then there's a Mission League tournament. The top 2 seeds from the regular season automatically advance to the semis, which guarantees them a top 4 berth, essentially, and top 4 berth meaning automatic bids to the playoffs. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 play out based on matchups, and then they'll advance to play 1 and 2 down the road.
And you have a game up against Alemany coming up. And so what are you looking to work on during this game against them?
We just need to get back to playing a little bit faster, playing with a little more aggression, assertiveness, and discipline. I think those are the things that we've been really focused on. Those are the things that our guys know. They're staples for us in who we are and how we play, and they're why we've grinded out some close games and things like that throughout the year and in the fall and the preseason. So we just want to get back to that.
You also have a game against a 17-0 Bishop Montgomery coming up, top 5 team, like you said. How are you looking just to play with them? Since I feel like this is one of the best teams you're going to be playing so far this season.
Yeah, the one thing we've done is schedule appropriately and try to maximize the games that we can get. We've played a plethora of teams whose only loss is us. Bishop Montgomery is a really good senior Layton team. Obviously, they're really well coached, a major program in SoCal hoops for a long time. These are the games you want to play in January to find out where you are heading into league play and the playoffs and things like that. So we're excited for that opportunity. Obviously, we're excited to kick things off with Alemany and get that going. But we're excited to see how our guys handle no prep time essentially heading into a really good game, and we're looking forward to that.
In your opinion, what's going to be the key to success down the stretch this season after observing the team so far?
There's our ability to guard and rebound will be so important, will be vital to our success. Playing personnel and doing a great job in situational defensive basketball, and then just sharing the ball and making simple plays. When we're doing that, we're really hard to guard. When we're in the 15, 16 assist range, we're tough. When we're in the 7 to 10 range, we make it tough.
Yeah, also, this team is just very deep, and they're potential contenders for a championship. And they're so good, it's always where is their peak at? And how do you ensure that their peak is at the right time against, big teams like Sierra Canyon or other teams in your league?
Well, that's why we schedule the way we schedule. It's why we try and progress the way we do. We have not played our best basketball yet, and we feel like that's ahead of us. We're approaching the phase in the season where I think we garner an understanding of what's been preached and how it's been preached and why. I think all those things are vital to creating understanding, and I think we're approaching that phase. And as we get there, I think we'll see better basketball, consistent basketball, and health plays a big part. Not having Brady Dunlap for 2 weeks, we've had other injuries and things like that where guys have been in and out of the rotation and lineups and illnesses and things. So we're hoping that a few days, a month here, a nice stretch of good health, knock on, good health, and some togetherness with some tough games will create that upward trend in us peaking at the right time.
Coach, this Alemany team you take on Friday is led by a nice duo of guards in Jace McDonald and Jared Mims. How do you plan on stopping those two?
We want to make their catches difficult and just do a really good job identifying them in transition and making sure we're picking them up and putting the appropriate amount of ball pressure just to make them uncomfortable. That's the biggest thing. We'll mix up defenses and try and do some things to hopefully speed them up and hopefully take them out of their game.
As you look how your lineup stacks up against Alemany's, who's one player that we should look out for Friday night?
Everybody. I will tell you that historically, Wolverines after a loss are dangerous, and I think our guys are going to be all hungry and ready to go. So we're excited, we're eager, and we're ready to get the game going and start Mission League play and move on to Phase 2 of the season.
It's great to hear.
Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck to you guys this week. I'm Danny Lynch with Jake Lancer. We'll see you next time on Coach's Corner. Enjoy the game.